Greetings one and all, how's everyone doing? I hope very well. It's out here, it's raining right now. So I'm actually in a covered area at a park, somewhat close to my house because I had an idea for a video. The other day I was out, my last video when I was out in the woods, I noticed that in the trees there was some cordage that looked like it was just stapled up with a, I think it was a hammer type staple gun that like a roofer would use, and they just basically you just hit it and it drives the staple in. So it got me thinking that people, you know, I was wondering if, do people not know how to tie knots? And you know, cordage is a, you know, it's very handy to have cordage. It's just some paracord, but you know, like any tool, without knowing how to use it, you know, you're not going to use it properly. But you know, I've seen nails, I've seen tent stakes driven into the trees and just bent over. So I decided, well, I'm gonna do a quick video on some easy camp knots. So you get so I got my tarp down just to make working easier. So here it is. It's so simple. Just take the end of your cordage, right? Simply flip it over, okay? And just tie a simple knot in it. And that's it. And you can tie this up, or, you know, you can put it up around a tree. Once you put your little knot on, there might be an actual name for it. I just call it a cheater knot because it's so easy. Just go around a tree, or in this case a post. Just run the line through. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. I don't have to cut anything. I don't have to put any nails in. I don't have to do anything. I just run around the tree and I'm done. Real quick. So what if you have a big spool like this? I got this plastic spool on Amazon. It was like $5. Well, you're not gonna run that through a loop, but which is fine. How about just a simple carabiner? Hook the carabiner on the end. Same deal. It might even be easier like this. So you just run it around and you're done. So what about the other side? Well, just come around the tree. Just pull over itself one time. Pull it tight. And then I've literally just kind of loop it over, take the knot, take the line right here, and there you go. Pretty simple. Just maybe I should do that again. Go around the tree or whatever. I just go over the top. Pull it over, go around the tree again, and then when I get here, I'll just take the part, kind of make a loop, and I just tie it through. It's not very tight, but I think you get the idea. And then that's it. And when you're done, just pull on it and the whole thing comes undone. So there you go. I want to see if I can get a better close-up on that. So, go around the tree, go over, kind of, you know, pull it tight. Just run a loop and just simply pull it through. You know, just put it through and then that's it. There's probably a name for it, but you know, I don't think it has to be complicated. Just, oop, big feet are in the way, sorry. But there you go. And when you're done with it, you just pull it off. That way you don't have to cut it and leave it around the tree. Just pull the cord through. So then just simply unhook the carabiner and just take the whole thing with you. If you've just run it through itself, just simply pull it through. You can take the whole thing with you for next time and not have to worry about cutting it, leaving it. And then when you're packing up, all I do is I just take the cord, I'll just put it in my hand, just roll it up. Making sure you step on it while you're trying to do this, because it's just not being in the outdoors unless you do that. And I just rolled around my hand. There's another trick I've seen where they go between the fingers and they do like loops, but I think if your cordage is short enough, you don't have to really worry about that. Then all I do is I just wrap it around. I put a finger down. I just put a finger down to leave a spot, and I just pull it through. And I'll just throw it in my pack like that. Couldn't be any easier. Or if you want to even go simpler, just use a bungee cord. These are the lighter ones. I got these. I got this idea from Dave. His channel name is Dave. I'll link his channel below. He's been doing some pretty cool pizza videos lately, cooking them on stoves and whatnot. So bungee cord, they're cheap. They don't really weigh a whole lot. So bungee cords, and simply go around a tree or whatever, and just pull it tight. And then you have your tarp. You can just simply feed it through the hole. Simply feed it through the hole like this, and put your tarp up. So, piece of cake. So bungee cords, of course, like I mentioned, they have the larger ones, but they give a little snap to them. This same knot that I used, that I showed you, which I'll tie again here in a second, as soon as I get my thing unraveled. Just gotta find the end. Oh, there it is. So, I already have one on here, but if you drove in a tent stake, you could simply hook this onto a tent stake, and then, there you go. And I'll show you how to tie that again real quick. Just do I believe it's called a bite. Just do a loop. Simply just run the loop around. Pull it tight. And that way, if your bungee cord is too short, you can just hook it on the ends of your bungee cord and give yourself a little bit more length. And I've never had these knots. I've been using these knots, these super easy knots, for a while, and I've never had them come out on me. I mean, they untie fairly easy since it's just a loop around. But paracord this is not paracord, but they untie pretty easy. So, okay, so you're probably wondering, well, wait a minute, Mark, why didn't you suggest this knot or demonstrate that knot? Well, the thing is I wanted to show something that was incredibly easy, simple to do, no thought, a real no-brainer. Even if you're a dope like me, you can tie these. So just a simple little knot, easy. Are there better knots out there? Probably. I mean, there's probably a dozen knots that are far superior superior to this one little knot I tied. But you know, if you frequent the outdoors and you tie lots of knots, and you are always hanging up a tarp, or always putting up a hammock, or always doing this or that, you probably already have, you know, a plethora of knots under your belt that you've practiced and that you know blindfolded. You could just, no problem, and you're done. Like, you don't even have to really think about it. Well, this is a no-brainer knot, and it works. So, yes, there are probably better knots, but you know, I'm thinking more along the lines of the people who, you know, will hammer a tent stake into a tree just so they get the hook to put their cord on. Or I've actually seen it to where they will pound the stake in and just bend the stake all the way over to lock it to the tree so they can't come out. When they could just do a simple loop, go around like I showed, done. And then they can just take the cord with them without having to cut it off at the end where it hits the tree and just leaving the cord up there. So that's why I went as easy, as quick as I could. A real no-brainer. I hope this helps somebody. If not, you know, you can always YouTube other knots for more advanced, you know, outdoor knots. I mean, the bowline is a great knot, but it requires some practice. I mean, let's be honest. If you don't know how to tie a bowline, you know, you have to get the steps just right, and you know, it's a great knot, but it requires more than just a simple loop around and pull through. So, I hope this helps some of the people who are just leaving the cord out there. Just doing what I can for the trees, man. I hate seeing nails driven in, and because they just leave the nails in. They don't even pull the nails out when they're done. They'll drive it in and just leave them. So. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.